I didn't think I'd ever have to get petty over a mailbox. But here we are. I live in a suburban neighborhood with an HOA that's known for being just a little too involved. You know the type. Fines for leaving your garbage can out 30 minutes too late. Angry notes for planting tulips instead of roses. Truly thrilling stuff. But our HOA president, Karen, takes it to a whole new level. She patrols the neighborhood like she's in a Cold War spy thriller, complete with a clipboard, whistle, and her little yappy dog named Muffin. My mailbox, a perfectly legal, regulation-sized, black post-mounted box, was installed when I bought the home 5 years ago. It was 10 feet from the curb, easily accessible, and had never been an issue until Karen decided it looked off-center. She sent me a friendly reminder that my mailbox disrupted the line of symmetry on the block and violated Section 4, Paragraph C of the Neighborhood Aesthetic Agreement. Never mind that I read that document front to back and no such rule exists. I ignored the warning. A week later, I came home from work to find my mailbox ripped out of the ground, reinstalled 4 feet to the left, in a spot where it tilted awkwardly into my neighbor's sprinkler system. There was a small hand-scribbled note duct-taped to the box. Corrected location per HOA design standards. Karen, she moved my mailbox, without telling me, on her own authority. I called her, and she actually said, "It's better now. You're welcome." I reported it to the HOA board. They said since she was the president, she likely acted in good faith. The USPS said they couldn't deliver mail until the box was properly reinstalled on my property. So now I had to pay to fix my mailbox, because Karen didn't like how it looked. I was furious. Cue my revenge. I work from home and run an e-commerce side hustle. I use a P.O. box for business, but my residential address is still tied to dozens of mailing lists, trade publications, free sample programs, coupon sites, you name it. So I had an idea. I went online and signed Karen up for every free catalog, magazine, and bulk mail offer I could find, all addressed to current resident, Karen last name, or amusing pseudonyms like Queen HOA. But I didn't stop there. I found a few vendors offering bulk sample boxes and signed her up for those too. Lawn care samples, dog food trials, even bridal planning catalogs. She's been married for 20 years. Within a week, the mail started flooding in. She complained at the next board meeting, "Someone is targeting me with junk mail." I said, completely straight-faced, "Sounds like your mailbox might be in the wrong location." She didn't catch the sarcasm, but the best was yet to come. Phase 2, return to sender. I took all the junk mail I'd received over the last 3 months. I save everything for shredding. Reboxed it in USPS flat-rate boxes, labeled them return to sender. No such person at this address, and shipped it all to her house, postage due. Karen opened the first box on her porch. My neighbor said she screamed when dozens of Bed Bath & Beyond flyers and dog food samples exploded onto her front steps. She ended up receiving over 300 pounds of return-to-sender mail in the span of 2 weeks. The post office actually called to ask if she was running a failed business from her home. Then the best thing happened. The USPS regional manager got involved. He met with her to inform her that moving someone else's mailbox is a federal offense. Since I had photos and timestamps from my doorbell camera, I handed them over with glee. Karen was fined, issued a formal warning, and ordered to pay for a professional reinstall of my mailbox in its original location. She also had to send a letter of apology, which I now have framed inside the mailbox itself, taped to the interior wall. Oh, and she was voted out as HOA president 3 months later. Muffin still glares at me from across the street, but I sleep just fine at night.